Hi everyone. I wanted to come on today and just talk about one of the 17 dividers that are in the book. Each one has a photograph from my own life and travels. And this one in particular has a super special place in my heart, and two photos from this trip actually made it onto dividers. But I wanted to talk about this one in particular. This is going to be the color edition of the book, so the photo is in full color. But this is the photo, and it's on the connection and relationships section of the book. And that photo was taken in around Roatán, Honduras, on Cochina Grande, I think is the name of the island. My friend Liz will correct me. But this photo was taken on June 12th, 2021. And just to give a little backstory, my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal pancreatic cancer in February of 2021. So that trip was a lifesaver, to put it gently, for myself, and for my friend Liz to be planning a huge family vacation with her and her kids, her sister and her kids, and the grandfather and everyone, going to this really special place that's their family has visited since the 80s. And they talked about it over the years. It sounded beautiful and amazing and magical. And she called me one day and said, "Hey, we are planning this trip to the house in Roatán, and do you think you could go? The tickets are super cheap. If you can just get yourself there, we would love for you to come." And I was like, I don't see any possible way that I can do this. My dad was going to chemo every other week at that point. Well, that was an infinite thing for him because of his terminal diagnosis. But and my mom wasn't really driving at the time and wasn't very mobile. So I was like, there's no way I can leave. And I mentioned it to one of my aunts, who said, "You know what, let me work it out so that I can come and be there while you're gone for that week, and say yes." And so I said yes, and called my friend Liz, and suddenly I was part of this beautiful family trip that took me to a teeny tiny island in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean, just sapphire blue as far as the eye could see. Amazing experiences happened on that trip that was supposed to be 1 week and turned into 2, and that's its own story. But it was a magical trip. It was absolutely amazing. And that she was planning this big family vacation that was amazing. They were so happy they were all going to be able to be together at the same time. And that she had seen where I was at, really fully felt I don't want to say just stress level, but the mental and emotional exhaustion I was going through. I don't think she really realized quite how far down she was reaching when she left me, gave me that kind of lift up by asking me to go on this trip, which even just asking would have been enough. I mean, for her to be planning a big family vacation that she thought, hey, let's see if Joanna would really add to the trip, and she could really use a break, or whatever. I just can't imagine. Just that I even was thought of for it would have been gift enough had I not been able to go on it. But the universe and the ancestors and God and Source all worked it out, and I got to go, not for 1 week, but for 2. It ended up being a 2-week trip, and lots of fun stories in that. But yeah, so I just wanted to share this beautiful picture. It was a magical, magical trip that happened at a very, very, the most challenging time in my life, and that I had a friend that was connected deep enough and aware enough to even just ask. Because, you know, she may have even said, I know it's a long shot, but, you know, but ask. So I guess we really have to build on those connections and relationships and sense of community, I feel like now more than ever. So ask the questions. If someone comes on your mind, shoot them a text, make a phone call, try to plan a trip, try to, even if it's just meeting in the middle somewhere, or, you know, a happy hour or FaceTime in your own homes, just, you know, really make sure that you're continuing to keep your community and your connections and your relationships strong. It will get you through not only the most challenging times in your life, but also will make the best times in your life all the fuller for having them. So I just was moved to share that today. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day.